Hey guys, this is Mr. Grice for Algebra 1, Chapter 11.4 Notes, Day 3. Today we're continuing our discussion on solving radical equations, and to be able to solve equations involving radicals and check for extraneous solutions. Now, Day 3, we are only talking about this far right column over here. Okay, if you're missing one of the other columns, this is from Day 1, and this is Day 2. You can go back and you can watch those videos and you can learn all about that. But today we're talking about equations with one radical. There is a variable inside and outside of the radical. Now, the way we solve that is we're going to solve it by squaring both sides. Okay? So, number 9. We talked about how we put this in parentheses, and then we want to square to cancel. So we do that to both. Okay, so now we're left with x squared equaling x plus 2. Okay, since it's a quadratic, we want to get it equal to 0. So this is my leading coefficient. I'm going to subtract the x and the negative 2, so it's all on the same side. And then we get x squared minus x minus 2 equal to 0. And this is where we're going to start factoring, where we want numbers that add up to get to negative 1 and multiply to get to negative 2. What numbers go there? Well, 1 and 2 are only combinations, but one of them's got to be negative, and that's the negative 2. Okay? And now this is factoring, which we've talked about multiple times. Split the line down the middle. Take out the GCF. Comes out front. That's good. Both of those match up. So then we can write x minus 2 and x plus 1 equals 0. And so we get our answers of x equals 2 and negative 1. Now, before we circle those and be like, oh, well, this is our answer, we have to check them both, okay, into the original equation. So we've got 2 equals 2 plus 2. And then our other one is negative 1 equals negative 1 plus 2. 2 plus 2 is 4, and the square root of 4 is 2. Over here, we get negative 1 equals negative 1 plus 2 is 1, and the square root of 1 is 1. So our only answer for this one would be x equals 2. Okay? Alright, number 10. We have to square both sides. So we get x squared equals 35 plus 2x. We're going to subtract the 25 and the 2x, and we're going to do that to both sides. And we get x squared minus 2x minus 35 equals 0. So the key thing is just to make sure you write everything in order. Okay, there's no GCF. So now what we want is we want numbers that add up to get to negative 2 and multiply to get to negative 35. if you need to write the factors of 35 down, 1 and 35, 5 and 7. Since it's a negative 2, the 7 needs to be negative. And then we just go through and factor, which you guys should be able to do. I want you to pause the video, finish factoring, and then we'll move on to the check. Okay, so after you do all that, you should get x equals 7 and x equals negative 5. My key thing would be don't forget about that 0, because some of you guys leave that off. Okay, so just remember to keep writing the 0. And now we're going to have to do the check again. So the first one we're going to check is 7. And so 7 equals 35 plus 2 times 7. Okay, so that's 1. And then the other one that we have to check is negative 5. Okay, so if you need to use your calculators for the part underneath the square root, that is okay. We got 35 plus 2 times 7 gives us 49. And the square root of 49 is 7. Yay, that worked. Now let's do the other one. So underneath the square root is 35 plus 2 times negative 5, which gives us 25. And the square root of 25 is 5. However, that's not what we're looking for, okay? So negative 5 is not an answer. The 7 is, okay? And it's not no real solution because one of them works. Okay, let's go ahead and flip it over. Number 11. Okay, remember that we're solving these once again by squaring both sides. Put what's underneath inside parentheses. And we get negative 5x minus 4 equals x squared. The x squared, this right here is going to be our leading coefficient, so we want to move everything from the other side. And then we get 0 equals x squared plus 5x plus 4. We look to see if there's a GCF, which there's not, so now we need to factor. I need numbers that add up to 4, or add up to 5, and multiply to get to 4, which is 1 and 4. Alright, I am not going to talk this out, I am just going to write everything down, okay? You guys should know how to do this by now. Pull out the GCF from each one of those. Write the remainder inside. It's good because those match up. So then we get x plus 4, x plus 1 equals 0. So x equals negative 4 and negative 1. Alright, time to do the check. Be very careful with your negative signs here. We'll check negative 4 first. other one. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead and pause the video. I want you guys to do the checks by yourself. Good luck. Okay, when I did the check for both of those, ooh, they didn't come out, so our answer here is no real solution. All right, number 12. Square both sides so we can cancel that. We get 4x plus 45 equals x squared. Your x squared is positive, so I need to move all of this to the other side. Now, I want you to do all of this. You're going to factor it, and you're going to tell me what x is. All right, so pause the video and work the problem out, please. Alrighty, so when you do that, you should get the answer of x equals -5 and 9. Now, before we figure out if those are correct or not, we have to check them into the original problem. So we have 4 times -5 plus 45. Does that equal -5? And then our other one, we get 4 times 9 plus 45. Does that equal 9? We'll do this check together. 4 times -5 is -20, plus 45 is 25. And does the square root of 25 equal -5? Nope. Okay, 49 plus 45. 4 times 9 is 36. 36 plus 45 gives us 81. Does that equal 9? 9 equals 9, so we're happy. -5 doesn't work. However, x does equal 9. Alright, now, for a quick preview of what's coming up. When we would solve a problem like this, on the bottom, we still would square root both sides. So now we've got x plus 5, but x plus 3 squared equals x plus 3 times x plus 3. And that's where we would go through and FOIL x squared plus 3x plus 3x plus 9. Combine your like terms, and we would get x squared plus 6x plus 9, and we would solve that over into this other equation. And now we would do the same thing, where we would want to solve for x by getting one side equal to 0. 0 equals x squared plus 5x plus 4. And then you would continue to break it down and keep going. Okay? So that one, if you guys want to finish, you can do that all on your own. Otherwise, the homework for today is the 11.4 practice day 3, which is found on the website. If you have any questions on that, please come see Ms. Carranza or myself. Otherwise, that's it for Algebra 1, Chapter 11.4 Notes, Day 3. Thanks for watching.